The All Progressives Congress (APC) has declared that it will put an end to the 19-year reign of the All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA) in Anambra State. The national chairman of the APC, Netanwe Yewada, said the party would defeat APGA in the November 8, 2025 governorship election. Yewada stated this on Friday at the All Saints Anglican Church Cathedral, Onitsha, during the APC governorship campaign rally for its candidate, Nicholas Okachukwu. He described the APC as a messenger of hope, stating that he was in the state to deliver the message of hope. Also speaking at the rally, the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, said the APC cannot afford to lose Anambra State, adding that he would like the state to become the 25th APC-controlled state. The APC governorship candidate, Okachukwu, on his part, expressed optimism that the APC will soon replace APGA's deceitful non-performance in the state with a high level of development in the nearest future. Responding to this, the state governor and APGA candidate, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, mocked the APC and its candidates for flagging off their campaigns 7 days before the election, saying the APC campaign is a proof that the party is not serious about the contest. He urged the people to come out en masse on November 8 and vote out the APC and other opposition parties contesting in the race. Healthcare services across the country will experience major disruptions today as about 11,000 members of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NARD) commenced an indefinite nationwide strike. It was revealed that the industrial action, which began at 12 a.m. today, will affect 91 healthcare facilities across the country. The development was confirmed by the NARD president, Dr. Muhammad Suleiman, and Secretary General Dr. Shaibu Ibrahim in an interview yesterday. The strike, according to them, is expected to cripple operations in federal medical centers, teaching hospitals, specialist institutions, and private health facilities. NARD said the protest stems from unresolved issues including poor remuneration, staff shortages, unpaid allowances, and unsafe working conditions. Ibrahim confirmed that the government is engaging the association on the financial aspects, but said that those are only one out of 19 demands that remain largely unaddressed. He noted that with about 11,000 members, the strike will affect 91 healthcare facilities nationwide, assuring that the strike will be total, comprehensive, and indefinite. The federal government has rejected remarks by the United States President Donald Trump alleging widespread killings of Christians in the country and declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern. In a statement issued today by the spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kimie Bienfa, the government said the claims do not reflect the situation on the ground. The government noted that while it appreciates global concern for human rights and religious freedom, the allegations are inaccurate. The ministry emphasized that Nigeria will continue to engage constructively with the government of the United States to deepen mutual understanding of regional dynamics and the country's ongoing peace and security efforts. Recall that on Friday night, Trump announced in a Truth Social post letter shared on the White House X handle that he had designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, describing what he called an existential threat to Christianity in the country. Trump called on key members of Congress to take immediate action. The Lagos state government has demolished over 200 illegal shanties and dislodged several criminal hideouts beneath Constant, Ijora, and Apapa Road. The large-scale operation was coordinated by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Transportation, Shola Giwa, and supported by multiple agencies. The enforcement aimed to reclaim public spaces, restore environmental order, and curb criminal activities along key transport corridors. Also, during the clearance, operatives of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority (LASMA) discovered a dummy gun and other weapons hidden under the bridges. LASMA Director of Public Affairs and Enlightenment, Adebayo Tofik, who confirmed the discovery in a statement issued in Lagos, said the items were found inside makeshift structures used by suspected criminals beneath the Constant Bridge. Giwa condemned the state of the affected areas, describing them as a monumental affront to public decency and order. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) says the Federal High Court will not stop it from holding the party's planned national convention, directing members, chapters and various organs to focus on their preparations. On Friday, Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja stopped the planned 2025 national convention of the PDP until the party complies with the statutory requirements of the party, the Constitution and the Electoral Act. In a swift reaction, the opposition party rejected the court's judgment. PDP National Publicity Secretary Debo Olugunagba said the action of the court does not invalidate the party's ability to proceed with the processes and activities towards the national convention to elect new national officers. He described the judgment as an assault on Nigeria's democratic processes, saying the party has directed its legal team to appeal the judgment. The Oyo State government has officially handed over 90 acres of land to the federal government for the construction of the proposed Moniya Inland Dry Port in Ibadan State Capital. The State Deputy Governor Bayo Lawal handed over the land on the Ibadan-Oyo Road, Moniya, in Akinyele local government area of the state, to the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Boyega Oyetola, who was represented by the ministry's permanent secretary, Michael Olufemi. Lawal described the Moniya Inland Dry Port as a project that will not only enhance the state's economy, but would also promote the agricultural value chain, industrialization, and infrastructure development in the country. He added that the dry port operation will result in the decongestion of Lagos port and ease the clearing of goods. Earlier in his remarks, Oyetola explained that the Moniya Inland Dry Port is a strategic national project that will bring shipping services closer to importers and exporters, thereby stimulating industrial and agricultural growth across the entire southwest region. He commended Governor Seyi Makinde for his patriotic gesture in aligning with the renewed hope agenda of the federal government. The Ebonyi State government has given approval for the construction of 65 housing units of 3-bedroom bungalows for 65 widows in the state. This follows the completion of the first phase of the widows' housing scheme by the wife of the governor, and in line with the Governor Francis Wiforo's vision anchored on the People's Charter of Needs. The State Executive Council approved the commencement of all processes for awarding the construction of the housing units and approved the project. The project is expected to be for 5 beneficiaries per local government area in the state. The State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Barrister Ikuwa Omebe, disclosed this while briefing journalists on the outcome of the last Executive Council meeting held at the new Government House, Abakaliki. On the foreign scene, the army in Guinea-Bissau said it has foiled a plot to destabilize the government and arrested several senior military officers accused of attempting to subvert the country's constitutional order. The announcement, reported by African Press, came just a day before official campaign for both the legislative and presidential elections scheduled to start today. The Army's Deputy Chief of Staff, General Mamadou Touré, at a press conference in Bissau yesterday, said the action is aimed to disrupt the electoral process. He, however, declined to reveal how many officers were arrested or give details of the alleged coup plot. It was gathered that among those detained is Brigadier General Daba Mnawana, head of Military Training Center, located about 30 kilometers from the capital, Bissau. U.S. President Donald Trump has rejected any resumption of trade negotiations with Canada 1 week after interrupting talks amid a dispute over an anti-tariff advertisement. Trump reacted strongly to a Canadian anti-protectionist advertising campaign after abruptly ending bilateral trade talks and then imposed an additional 10% increase in tariffs on Canadian products. The Republican, however, reiterated that he had a good relationship with Carney and that they had a positive discussion on the sidelines of the APEC summit in South Korea. A few days earlier, at another summit in Malaysia, Carney had, for his part, repeated that Canada is ready to resume trade negotiations with Washington. Canada is, however, the United States' second largest trading partner and a major supplier of steel and aluminium to U.S. companies. On sports, the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, has denied allegations of misappropriation of the $1.2 million FIFA fund meant for the construction of the mini stadium in Kebbi State. Diko, who spoke in an interview on Channel Television's Politics, stated that no one collected the money, insisting that FIFA directly managed the project funds. He explained that under FIFA's project structure, the governing body appoints consultants, supervises contracts, and pays contractors directly, leaving the Nigerian Football Federation with no access to funds. The commission chairman noted that the project was not valued at today's exchange rate, clarifying that it was first approved in 2015 and the procurement began in 2016. Former Arsenal midfielder Aaron Ramsey has decided to terminate his contract with Pumas. Ramsey, who is now 34 years, has played only 6 times for the Mexican side. However, he has not played since September and has made just 3 starts for the Liga MX club since joining in July. Ramsey picked up an hamstring injury earlier in the year and has failed to secure a regular spot in the team. Pumas sit in 13th place in the league table and there are 2 matches left in the regular season. Ramsey has also endured issues off the pitch, doubling the reward for his missing dog, Halo. To end the news, here are the major news headlines. The federal government has rejected remarks by the United States President Donald Trump alleging widespread killings of Christians in the country and declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern. Healthcare services across the country will experience major disruptions today as about 11,000 members of the NAD commences an indefinite nationwide strike. The army in Guinea-Bissau says it has foiled a plot to destabilize the government and arrested several senior military officers accused of attempting to subvert the country's constitutional order. And that was the TV Sapienza News. On behalf of the technical and the editorial crew, my name is Oluchi Ojo Bamidele. Do have a beautiful afternoon.